Hello everyone, and welcome back to my shop. Let's get this thing, let's see how it does on a nice cold morning. Let's take it out for a cruise. Back in the Vette. We're going to take it on another shakedown cruise. So far, we've been running country roads. Today, we're going to not only do a little bit of an interstate run, we're going to do an extended interstate run. Let's see how it does. So anyway, I'll take some videos as we cruise along, and hopefully it'll do good. We're working up to a run on to the tail of the dragon, and I don't even want to attempt that until I know I'm mechanically ready to make the trip, take on the dragon, and get home. But anyway, let's do it. Get up to the 60s, but no rain. We've gone about 10 miles on the interstate now, and well, I've got a problem, Houston. Above 80, I start getting bad missing. So I'm going to guess a possible fuel delivery issue, which could be. That is a brand new fuel filter I put in that quadrajet. But, you know, I didn't, of course, I've never run it that fast for any extended amount of time. And so I'm not sure exactly what it is. So I'm going to play with it some more and go from there. But it accelerates great. I mean, it's cruising real steady at up to 80. A nice cruise. Above 80 is when I start getting that miss. So we'll study on that more as we get down the road. Yeah, we're in a lot of traffic now. Oh, my speedometer's about 3 miles off. My speedometer's reading about 3 miles per hour faster than what the GPS is. Might have to do with the tire size. We'll see if we can get around this slope up. Alright, well, the vitals, even at 80, it never got over, it even never got to 200. It was just below. Oil pressure stayed close to 40. The ammeter stayed on 0. Like other than the can't get over 80, looks like it's doing pretty good. Handled good, and somewhat comfortable. So we're going to drive it some more, see if we can determine if it is definitely fuel related or electric related. And could be something in the HEI, so I've really not gone through it. Well, I did replace the cap and the rotor button. Got new plug wires, new plugs. So just make sure everything's tight going to it, that connect the plug. But I believe if it was electrical, I'd have missing all through the RPM range. I wouldn't have it just above 80. So my gut's telling me fuel related, so I don't know. But we're on some back roads now, and man, it's just cruising along. Right, just had me a little pit stop. Noticed a funny thing on my way to here. I had some 4-lane I could open it up on. Didn't miss it 80 after flooring it a little bit. So maybe a little bit of dirt got in somewhere and clogged this up. I don't know. Well, let's get back in this thing and let's see what we'll do. Also did a little walk around. Didn't lose any beauty rings this time. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to keep them. All right, let's get back to it. All right. Another thing I noticed, and I don't know when it's supposed to kick in, but I don't have any passing gear. When I nail it at 45, it just steadily accelerates. It does not give me a passing gear. I don't know if that's too fast for it. I mean, the way it accelerates is pretty good, but from what I understand, on this Turbo Hydromatic 400, there's an electrical switch that trips off the throttle pedal down here, and when it makes that, combined with the RPM, the speed, and vacuum, will allow this to go into passing gear. And I'm thinking maybe that switch probably needs some adjustment. We'll see. But anyway, on with some more cruising. It just does outstanding on these back country roads at 50 and below. We're going to go back out here on a 4-lane and see how it'll do. Again, that's kind of got me questioning a little bit. I'm going to test the passing gear, and then I'm going to see if I can't run it up to about 80 and see if that miss is still there. That was kind of unusual the way it hit. And it started exactly at 80 mile an hour. It's amazing. And if I slowed down to, well, 81. If I slowed down to 80 and below, it smoothed out and just, you know, cruised along like a Singer-sewing machine. But accelerating above 80, or just trying to cruise above 80, I'd get that miss. And you know, I've got that rod put back on that controls the air doors on the secondary. I got that rod installed. It might be possible I might have to adjust that. That's a thought too. But the funny thing was, I got off the interstate, took a little back road run, got on some 4-lane, and ran it up to test my passing gear. And I noticed I was at 90, and I wasn't getting any missing. So it's an amazing thing. A little bit of dirt, perhaps. I don't know. Bump there, gotta miss it. Anyway, my daughter, she stopped by. You know, it's funny, we're having some 70-degree days and we're having some 50-degree days all rolled into one week. And her tire pressure, her Tim's light come on, so she come by. I told her, just bring it by, let me check the air. And the door tag says it should be 35 per tire, and they were all between 30 and 32, so I aired them up. Well, she went and got her some gas, and took a picture of this sticker that was on the gas pump. I'm gonna link and put it right here and see what y'all think about it. What do y'all think about that? Right now, let me see. I'm not going to have to fuel up since I've not been running this a lot. I filled it up the last time I filled up, and it was 3 something. I think it was about 3 1/4. Gas pumps here are showing 409. And what is today? Today is the oh, there's another hole. Got to avoid it. What is today? 18th, maybe? Somewhere around in there. And it's Thursday. I know that. That's what happens when you retire. You just lose track of time sometimes. Just the important days are Wednesday night and Sunday morning, and in my case Monday morning, because I got to pick the grandsons up. That's my assigned day to go pick them up from school. Their mama don't want them on a bus yet. We're working on that. Bus stops right at the end of my dadgum driveway, but they say, well, it's going the wrong way. Well, people are supposed to stop, but that's another story. Anyway, I'd say, come on, squirrel, get out of the way. I don't want to have to put a squirrel tag sticker on my side, you know, kind of like how fighter jets. Hell, you know how many enemy they got. Anyway, where was I? Who knows? Let's continue the cruise. Oh, before I think off, I wish my tack was working. I do wish I had a tack working now. I can't, you know, it's just always perpetual 1200 RPM. So I guess I'll have to work on that, but I'm in no hurry to tear this dash back apart again yet. Not especially since I'm trying to enjoy riding it some. But it's idle. I think I've got the idle. I think I've got the cold start. Everything going great. It's just that above 80 mile per hour miss I've got. Not like I'm gonna run it like that anyway, but it's just a bug that bugs me. You know what I mean? You know, you get on the interstate, sometimes you gotta, you know, you gotta accelerate to get out of the way of the 18-wheelers and the people that just seem to think that the left lane's the slow lane for some odd reason. But anyway, we're gonna be hitting a 4-lane here shortly. We'll do another test. Alright, I had a car in front of me and I didn't want to tell. I wanted to give him a chance to get gone some. Alright, I'm gonna cruise. I'm hitting 40. Now I'm gonna nail it. Let's see if it goes into passing gear. And it doesn't. It's accelerating good, but it doesn't go into passing gear. And now I'm at 90 mile an hour. No missing. Must have been something in the gas, something in the, some dirt or something. Oh well. One of them things. Get out there in the interstate, it embarrasses you around everybody. Get on these backcountry roads where there ain't nobody, and it just purrs like a kitten. That's the way it works. Oh well, I'm gonna turn around and go back the other way. We'll go down a little bit longer. I don't want to upset the law-abidings, which I generally am. Don't get the wrong impression. I don't get out here and run it all like a crazy banshee or something. But you know, you got to have a little bit of you know, open road to do some testing with. You know, maybe I ought to go back on the interstate if I wasn't another 15 miles away from it again. Anyway, we'll try it again. Well, I got another update. I did a sustained 95 for maybe 2 minutes. No missing, no slipping, no nothing. So that's going to make me think the issue was fuel related, and that perhaps whatever was clogging had to be one of the main jets. That's or secondary jets, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say secondary jets. The main jets, you know, once you get up there around 80 and above, you got all 4 barrels you're working off of. So I'd say had to have been in the secondaries, and whatever it was seems to have corrected itself. And seeing as how there is such a thing called FM, friggin' magic. I don't think this was friggin' magic. I think it was dirt, some kind of something in the fuel system. Anyway, that's a thought. We'll just continue on with it. We're back doing some back road cruising now. The prices of gas anymore. I'm not going to get out here and run around too daggone much. And so far, it looks like the shakedown cruise is this particular shakedown cruise is turning out to be better towards the end than it is how it did towards the middle. Beginning, all the back roads that get to the interstate, no problem. On the interstate, at 70, at 80 and below, no problem. At 81 and above, I had a problem. And so I had to keep it down. I mean, it would miss so much, it would like quit firing, and then when it would catch back up and fire, it would pop. So anyway, anytime you get a pop like that out of the exhaust, it's almost 9 times out of 10 too lean, and too lean means lack of gas, lack of fuel. So anyway, that's just a thought. Seems to have corrected itself, so I'm not going to pull that carburetor yet. I will just take another day. I just want to have me some nice relaxing cruising now. I did blow it out a couple times. It seems to be running a whole lot better now that I have taken it out and blown it out. I've been idling quite a bit trying to get the carburetor set up right, get that defective choke out and get the new choke set up. I seem to have got that going good. The accelerator pump repair is good. The little arm for the secondary door is good. It's like I said earlier, basically I have tuned it as far as got a new rotor button, new distributor cap, new plugs, new plug wires, and oil filter. I have not changed the transmission fluid. It's not smelling burnt. It's good and red, and it's where it should be level-wise. So I don't think I need to do that just yet. And but I have changed the rear, the gear oil in the rear end. Went back with 80/90, and I did put one. I don't know how many ounces, 8 ounces maybe, of that limited slip, whatever the little carton comes from. And so I got that in there, and it seems to be doing good too. I'm not getting any unusual sounds, other than I do have a lot of wind noise. These T-tops just aren't sealing like they did when they were new, and that's understandable because a lot of the rubber seals around everything is damaged. I mean, it just needs stuff done. It just needs some stuff done to get it up to 100% par or close that way. My main thrust now is to get it mechanically sound, and I'll work on the cosmetic and the the air sounds and so forth as I go. This thing, I've got everything to get the air conditioner working on it, and I may do that. I may go that route, put the air conditioner in. But I envision running around majority of the time with these T-tops off, and if I do that, what's the need of air conditioning. So I don't know. That's just one of them things I'll think about. Anyway, it's doing really good. Passing gear below 40. Well, how about that? Is that right? I'll have to do some research. I was below 40, maybe 38, 37, somewhere around in there when I nailed it, and I went to passing gear. It's another one of them things that goes, The way it accelerates above 40, it probably doesn't really need it. And it would only stay in second for a couple seconds before it'd be going back to high. So maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. Oh, when I started this cruise, I was splitting the, I was on max heat, and I was splitting the air flow between the heater, the bottom ducts and the defroster. I am now at Vette at full cold. That's how much the temperature has changed here recently. Anyway, we'll get back to it. All right, it's the next day, and I've been thinking about it, and I want to do a couple checks and do a change if it's capable of it. I'm still on the thought process that it's a lack of fuel that's hitting at above 80. I don't know what the RPM is since my tag don't work, but I'm leaning. That's a brand new fuel filter that's in this that I put in this, and I want to look at it and see how it is, and also change it to something a little different. All right, if it can. Doing research on this this carburetor, which is a 704-5222. It's a 74 to 75 Chevrolet Quadrajet. They showed two different type of fuel filters to go in it, and one of which is long, the other is short. Now this thing came with a short in it, and I don't know if that's correct. So I picked up a long one, and we're going to see if he'll fit and go from there. It just would make sense that it would pass a whole lot more fuel. There's more filter for it to go through. More area. All right. That's the little short filter that came in it, and he looks good. Doesn't look bad at all. I can blow through it, but and that nylon seal looks good. The spring is in there. I'm gonna get that long filter. And let's see. Believe it or not, out of the 5 local flaps I've got within 15-20 minutes of me, only one had this long filter. All right. There we go. You can see the difference. It's twice the size, 1 inch, 2 inch. All right, this has the check valve. I am going to get rid of that check valve. All right, get him out of there. I don't have any issues with it draining back. All right, let's see how far he'll go back in there. I believe he'll work. All right, let's put him in there. That's a whole lot more surface that that'll seal. he's threading all the way in. All right. Teflon tape. Should have parked this with the exhaust facing out. Somebody's been on this with a pair of pliers. Make sure he's good. Alright. Looks like he's bottomed all the way. He's good and tough. Alright. Be right back. Alright, let's test him. So far so good. No leaky. Look how fast that choke opens. High and dry. Well, the next test will be how it acts on the interstate. Of course, it didn't, I got to thinking, when it did mess up, I had already accelerated up to 75, 80 to get on it and cruised a little bit. I didn't start getting up to 80 and above till when I wanted to get around people, and because there's a lot of traffic, and which is surprising with the cost of gas these days, but that's another topic. That's when I noticed it was bogging. And then the thought train I have is that that small filter just couldn't keep up with the demand of fuel to allow into the bowl. I don't think it was the bowl setting, because it idles and adjusts too good to be a float setting. So I think it was actually either, I was thinking more towards fuel pump or possibly a restriction in the fuel filter. Then my research showed that, hey, that is the long inlet housing on that Rochester, and up to the mid-70s they went with the long filter. So anyway, and it fits, and it's definitely going to be allowing a whole lot more fuel past, an inch more than what this was. But anyway, we'll see. Alright, I picked the wrong time to get out and test, but I believe that fuel filter has done the trick. much faster than this in this traffic. So anyway, if I can get a little bit more speed, I'll let you know. Well, all right. I picked the wrong evening to go out and do a test run. It's a little after 3 on a Friday afternoon, and it's already bad rush hour. So, but I was able to take it out on the interstate and hold a sustained 90 for at least a mile, and I couldn't have done that yesterday. So there's 2 trains of thought here. Was there a piece of debris in one of the secondary main jets, or by and large going with a larger correct fuel filter corrected? Now the later model quadrajets, those little short 1-inch filters are the correct filter. So it's kind of hard to say, but because it did straighten up a little bit while I was driving yesterday, but I didn't get a real long sustained speed like I did today. So what do you call it? Debris or larger filter? I don't know, but I believe I've got the correct filter in it. Now the reason why, when I put that new little filter in it previously, was because that's what was in it when I pulled it. I decided I was changing all the filters. I was going to change the fuel filter, and that's what was in it. So could I blame this on Bubba too? I don't know. So anyway, well everyone, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good. I hope everything's going good with you and yours. Everything's going good here. And right now, at this particular moment, I'm not going to complain. So anyway, have a good, and we'll see you around on the next one.